I'm after discovering this underground photo trade. No one photographs the dead better than you. No one.
I know you're thirsting for a big case, Fred, but be smart about it.
McGloin had IRB connections. He was up to his neck in debt.
It's never the most obvious thing. There's this communist making a nuisance of himself around the town, Journey, and he's been funding his travels by selling these photographs.
You took a photograph from that album at a little private showing.
I stole! You stole it!
Give yourself a whirl. Percy's a sculptor. And what is it you sculpt?
I'd sculpt you if you want. You need to be regarded as more than just a gravedigger.
So you don't want a job?
No, I do.
Hear him out, Uncle.
That I'm a trustworthy fellow, and that I should be afforded that trust as your assistant. Do I have that trust, Mr. Benahassi?
Hello? Connell? Is that you? Get away! Go away! You listen, go away!
It's my camera. Where's Malloy?
Malloy?
He came in. He definitely came in. But then I saw two drunks fighting over a hat outside the window and I got distracted.
Spare me. So, did you not see him leave with my cases?
I watched that fight and all.
Oh.
Both drunks ended up with hats.
Yes, I saw that. Where did the second hat come out of, though?
I can't believe this. I knew this was a mistake to take on a new assistant. I knew it. I knew it was a bad idea.
Uncle, there could be a perfectly reasonable explanation.
My equipment has gone missing, and my assistant is nowhere to be seen. Now, I literally dragged that man out of the grave, and this is what I get. And that camera is very expensive.
We should probably get a new one anyway. The latest models are coming out faster and faster these days. You need to stay ahead of the latest trends.
Well, when you're at the peak of your profession.
Because you're awful at staying ahead of photographic trends. You need to variegate more.
Nancy, this is not the time for variegation. This is the time for finding my camera.
Maybe you should call down to his house. What a wonderful excuse to visit.
No. We're not going to that low part of Dublin. It's full of squalor and vice, and everyone's sitting in it happily. It's not our world.
It's my world. I'm from Abbott Lane.
Yes, it is your world, Carruthers, but you're trying to better yourself. You bought a horse.
This is ludicrous. Oh, Carruthers can better himself, but Malloy can't.
Oh, he stole the equipment. Mark my words, miss. We know the sort.
Of course you do. You're one of them.
Abbott Lane.
Look, I'll go down and see if I can find him. It's a good excuse to see the Monto.
Can't go there on your own, Nancy.
All right. If that's the case, you come with me then. Think of all the mischief you could get up to down there.
Think of all the diseases you could catch down there.
Oh, I don't need to think about it.
Listen, I don't want to hear another word from you. Anyway, a man of my standing shouldn't be seen in an area like that.
You don't have to be. Just stay in the carriage and keep an eye out.
Well, maybe I could supervise.
Good idea. I'll get dressed.
I really don't think that costume's a good idea for many reasons.
I want to blend in.
You do spend a lot of time in your own imagination, don't you, Nancy?
Oh, yes.
Well, my dear, the streets of Dublin are not a fairy tale.
Don't worry, Uncle. I picked up an idea from that Desmond Roth chap who kidnapped us.
Please don't say that you...
I've got a knife in my boot.
You need to be careful. Look, I just want you to be safe when you're under my care. That is all.
about when I was a little girl. When you sent me away.
Oh, it was just some trouble at the time. You were too young to understand.
Something happened to you, didn't it?
I trusted someone I shouldn't have.
And it caused you to close in on yourself. You used to be so outgoing.
Well, it's reminded me that I'm best left to my own devices.
Are we here?
Come on, let's find my camera. You know best where to go, yes?
Well, I don't know where the little bastard lives, but I know where you can ask. He says he drinks some bulges across the way.
Excellent. You do that. You know the locals.
You see, that's the problem, so I'm barred on account of a few items I sold that weren't as advertised.
And what did you advertise, Carruthers?
Rabbits,
What did you sell then, Carruthers?
cats.
All right, Nancy. Your turn. And don't hang about.
Is she supposed to stand out?
Unfortunately not.
No, I told you before, we don't have it.
How are you, love? Violet's my name.
Is it now?
Yeah, it is.
And you're meant to be what? Exactly.
Well, I'm a working girl, aren't I?
Oh, of course, yeah. How could you be anything else? You look exactly like all the other working girls around here.
Well, yeah. I've actually just moved to the area.
Oh. Well, I bet you've pulled more Mickeys today than I pulled pints of porter. Haven't you?
Well, yeah. I have actually.
Oh, I bet you have, Violet, love.
Now, on to the subject at hand. I'm looking for a Conall Malloy. I heard he drinks in here.
That's what you think girls around here dress like. That's what you think they sound like. Is it?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause offense. I was just trying a bit of a disguise. Playing a bit of a character. Practice my acting.
And that's what you called it.
Yeah. Any advice you could give me?
Yeah. Piss off. You're barred.
Bard. Yes.
And don't come back.
Nancy.
Please, call me Violet.
All right. Why are you all dressed up like that, Violet?
Am I too dressed up?
Damn. Really wanted to blend in.
I'm just not sure it's the safest look around these parts.
Oh. Frequent the Bonto much, Percy?
I'm just passing through. I'm at a class on Gardner Street. Very easy to find nude models around here.
I can only imagine.
And why are you down here?
It's work-related. Tracking down some missing equipment. Very exciting altogether.
Well, please mind yourself. It's a rowdy spot at the best of times.
Don't worry. I've got a knife in my boot.
Everyone around this part of town has a knife hidden in their boot.
Good. I'll fit right in.
I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, I best go. That Nancy girl, she's nice and all, but I'd really like to bring you for a drink sometime, Violet.
Well, Percy, I'm sure Violet would love to have a drink with you. She'd be thrilled with a rogue like you, I bet. But Nancy needs a little bit more gentlemanly persuading than that. You should write her a nice letter sometime.
I want 4 plainclothes men, and I want guns in them.
They're not going to give you all that to nick some drunk tourist peddling a few obscene images.
You round them up on the slide rope and say nothing to no one.
I don't know what's that going on.
Ronnie! I need you up in Francis Street. Robbery and Rowley's Antiques. You get off with some tidy snuff boxes, the bastards.
I'll be needing Beauport for a small job this evening, Inspector.
Here's the photograph trading gang you were telling me about, Ronnie.
Yeah, I think so, Bill.
Look, Freddie, I can't be wasting good men like Ronnie here on drunk tourists peddling dirty pictures down in the Montauk. You're a tidy buck. You'll be well able for the devil if he causes a fuss.
But I might need men for a raid, sir.
There's no might about it, Freddie. If men are needed, men will be issued. Right, Ronnie, let's skedaddle.
Farrelly, what are you up to this evening?
Just going for a few points.
That makes 2 of us, boy.
She's been gone quite a while. This place seems to be getting louder. She'd been good looking for her?
I'm bad, I said.
I'm looking for Conor Malloy. I'm looking for Conor Malloy.
And who's asking?
Me, I am. I have some questions.
Answers don't come for free. Or on tick.
Oh, right, yeah.
Whiskey, Blaze, Bessie.
So, do you know him?
I know him well.
I so.
Photographer?
Isn't he more of a gravedigger?
No. He's a photographer now. He's well up in the world. Not a gravedigger anymore.
No, he'll be going back to being a gravedigger. Mark my words. Now, could you possibly tell me where this photographer lives?
What does Connell do that has so many people looking for him?
Who else is looking for him?
A very unconvincing prostitute.
I've misplaced my niece, and she's dressed as an unconvincing prostitute.
That's her? Yeah, she's barred. If you don't mind, I've work to be getting back to.
If I was to pay you some more money, could you possibly show me where he lives?
I take a 15-minute break of an evening. I'll give you that. No more.
Very kind. Thank you.
Ransacking. Not a tidy one at that. Looks like the work of the Mulgrews.
Who?
You know, the Mulgrew gang.
No, I don't think we move in the same circle somehow.
They run these streets. Well, 3 of them anyway.
They run 3 streets.
Oh, there's a lot of gangs around, sir. Streets get divided. The gangs do whatever they have to stay ahead.
What would possess someone to create such a mess?
Someone didn't pay up, I suppose.
And what would happen to someone who didn't pay up?
Ask this creature. Cats.
We're still barred.
You are, yeah. And I'd say well clear Bertie Mulgrew if I was you.
Oh, you don't need to tell me twice.
What would the gangs want with Malloy?
Look, you have to ask them. I'm only a working woman on a break.
Does everyone think that Malloy is a photographer?
Well, he'd be more regarded as a good drawer. An artist, you know. He gives free drawing lessons to all the chiselers around here. Doesn't charge him a penny.
We wouldn't be getting mixed up with the Mulgrews, sir.
All right, I think it's time we get out of here.
All right, Carruthers, let's make haste. I don't like the idea of her being around this dark place.
Especially once she's weird.
Look, Carruthers, Detective Regan. You may be of assistance. You wait here.
What now?
I'm looking for a detective.
I know I wouldn't be in the habit of pointing out undercover G-men. But I'm sure you have a good eye for one, if you look closely. Here, I'll get you a drink.
Detective Regan.
Fuck up, will ya? You blow my cover.
Sorry about that. There's been a crime, you see.
It's too much money.
Why don't you have one? Another whiskey there, please.
Won't say no to free whiskey.
Of course you wouldn't. You're a cork man.
What? What do you mean by that?
Nothing.
Why are you here, Mr. Blennerhassett?
My camera has gone missing, and my niece has possibly gone missing also.
Interesting. I'm here on a photographic matter.
Oh, and how is that?
You told me, buy me a fucking drink.
I fucking warned you before. Now, fuck off. Pest.
Duffy, don't make me bar you again.
So I'm after getting a lead on someone selling an item of interest. So we set up a little sale. Fuck. I'm after getting myself out of position. Now, here, do you know that fella with the glasses?
I'm afraid I don't. Should I?
So, we make like we're talking, right? And if a photograph is produced, give me a wink.
Must I give
Just
you...
a wink, all right? Make it big enough that I can see it, but not so that he can.
Very good. Is he a photographer?
Johnny. Communist box. He buys and sells queer photography, like yourself. Did you just wink?
Not very good. It's been a while since I've done it. I probably haven't done it.
Did you wink or not?
Yes.
Go, Barney! I'll take that.
I did not create that picture.
But you were trying to sell it. It's good enough for me, boy.
Where's he gone? Carruthers?
Come this way, big man. Carruthers said you're a photographer.
Well, you might have said I'm looking for a photographer from these parts by the name of Colonel Malloy.
Malloy, yeah. He's a photographer, all right.
Well, I need to speak to him urgently.
Yeah, I heard you've been asking around. A load of people have been asking around. But the only person you need to be asking is a Mulgrew boy.
Where would I find one of those?
You just have. Bertie Mulgrew, on your doorstep. You see, it's my job to keep an eye out for potential trouble. Not yourself. So now, cameraman, march it.
Look, listen, we didn't need to do this.
Don't make a scene now, right? We're just going for a nice walk. Isn't there a grand stretching it all together?
Not so fast, please.
It's going mad about the whole. This the fancy man Carruthers was talking about.
The photographer, he says, might have 3 things along.
Well, we don't need any more people on the streets asking questions. Ma is vexed.
Live yourself up them stairs nice and fast, yeah?
Can't get any faster, that's why it's called a limb.
Mr. Charney, if you cannot tell me where you got this photograph, I'll have to presume that you were the person that took the photo.
I stole it from an album at a party.
Is this type of photography easy to get where you come from?
If you look in the right place.
Well, you better start looking soon. Because you're not long for Ireland, and you can kiss my arse on the way out.
But all of these photographs are real. They're so easy to fake.
Found this man dead by his own hand last week, and there sure as fuck wasn't a camera set up in front of him when we arrived. Now, use the trip down to Dublin Castle to have a little think about the truth. 'Cause I'm fucking coming for it, boy. Farley, round up the boys. We're going on a raid.
Don't go bursting in now. Didn't I tell you she was vexed?
Shut up, you. Right. Put a little friend down there a minute until I see if it's safe.
Don't talk to any of them, all right?
Uncle.
Good evening, everyone.
So good to see you. Have you been kidnapped too?
I can't honestly tell. There's been a lot of salty doublespeak I can't quite get my head around. I told you to wait.
Yeah, but Bertie got to me first, didn't he?
And why is he after you, Carruthers?
I was unfair as I sold him.
What did he really get?
Cats.
So then you sent that bulldog after me.
I had to give Bertie something. I told him I was waiting for a photographer and associate Malloy, so he waited for you.
How very kind of you, Carruthers.
But we're reunited again, aren't we?
The little one's Malloy's sister, Lily.
Oh.
The gang kidnapped her like they kidnapped Malloy. Isn't she a dote?
Yeah. And she told me what you said about him. The cheek of you, you lanky fuck.
I did not accuse
Coming
him of
from a
any...
low part of town, so he'd be more likely to steal?
Nancy putting words in my mouth. Anyway, How do you expect to be believed in that get-up, honestly?
Not a hope.
I'm disguised as a flash house girl. That's the classier one. The shilling house girls are the cheaper ones.
It's the same job, Violet.
Violet? You've called yourself Violet?
Yes, well, I just did it in order to better find Malloy. Which I did, I might add. So thank you, Violet.
No. All I really want is my camera back. Now, why does your brother have it?
He's a photographer.
He is not. I am a photographer. His boss. Brock Blennerhassett, memorial photographer. Now, would someone please tell me what the hell is going on?
So, Mr. Blennerhassett, in these kip houses, there's a lot of goings-on going on. Am I painting you a picture of
intercourse?
Exactly.
Intercourse? What sort of intercourse?
Don't be getting too cozy here. There's work to be done.
Bertie! If I get you the ferrets, will you let me go?
You had your fucking chance. This is the other fella, man.
You have to be riding her slower than that, Joe. You can't be riding her fast. You don't want blowing up before we're done.
Listen to the expert, Joe, or I'll cut your balls off and throw them into Liffey. So, this is the other photo man come snooping. You know the handiwork of young Malloy over there?
Oh, I know it well. For I am his assistant. I came looking for him, and now I've found him. I'm most happy to help.
Ah, Blennerhassett. Me good man.
Malloy, what was it you were saying again about pretending for the picture?
The picture will blur if he has to stand there with his Mickey in her and hold the pose.
He's gone soft now.
I've gone soft again, missus.
Stiffen up, Joe. You haven't got time for soft Mickeys. You've to get Bella back downstairs before the army officers are out. She's me best girl. You'll be wasting her all night on your spongy lad. Now, lep up a stride him there, Bella.
This is not what it looks like.
You'll have to ride her slower, Joe.
They've taken my sister.
Look how I have them mounted.
Ah, you're a wicked woman, Mrs. Mulgrew. Up on top of him, there she is. I would never have thought of that. I have unwittingly left myself prone to criminal gangs.
Come on, we haven't got all day. Right, on your knees. Back her in from behind. Look, riding like dogs there.
Ah, lusty devil, Mrs. Mulgrew. Exactly how the dogs would be out in the street. Riding away.
We're not wanting, we're options. Stick it up in the air a bit.
You've too many candles.
I know what I'm doing. I've been stalling for yours.
Malloy, you've more candles than Christchurch. Have the place done up beautiful. Joe is as hard as we're going to get him. Now, take the photo like a good man.
Yes, ma'am.
Good girl. You're doing great.
Please don't give me away. I have to live around these people. But if you can just quietly give me some advice on the matters.
Fire you is what I should do. But I'm willing to assist you in this shoot. In the hope that perhaps maybe we can have him alive. Now, slow down the process.
You're gonna have to be harder than that, Joe, my man. This is gonna take a while.
for this. Yes, that'll do some damage.
Look, why don't you just wait till they're finished and then they let us go?
Carruthers. Look at how I've dressed. I look amazing. What if they try and coerce me into some horribly explicit photographs?
And me and all. And probably you.
What do you mean, me?
They'll probably have you in there. Riding. At knife point.
So I should be facing towards the camera, kind of looking at it as if to say, how's it going? You know? All seductive like.
What say you, Blennerhassett? Come on now, give us some of your pearls of wisdom.
Bella. Dear Bella. Now, without a hint of movement, you must speak to the camera about passion.
Passion. For Joe.
Well, I'm sure there's some customers that you have that you don't find attractive.
Oh yeah, most all of them.
Well, when you're engaging with these people, then do you feign interest?
I do my best, but I get awful tired sometimes and just lie down.
Well, your face should not be in service to the viewer. It should be in service to the act. So, why don't you imagine that you've been swept away on a sea of passion? So hold that. Breathe. Relax. And enjoy the desire in the stillness. Now stay in that moment. Joe? Keep up the good work.
Bella, love. Those nipples could be harder.
That's it.
All right. We may get that Violet one in now.
Violet?
Get the use out of her.
All right, Violet, love, let's get you in.
And that's for Break Me Ma's door, you bollocks.
Yeah, I don't think we need another one, Mrs. Or, any more for that matter.
Now, I want a variety of pictures that I can sell. Small orgy, maybe. Bit of fiddling. It's Nancy. Carly! Bring your one in.
That's Nancy.
We need to get you out.
No, my brother's in there and I'm not going home without him. I don't care who I have to batter with a candlestick.
Lily, sweetheart, we should really just get the police because none of us have been very good at rescuing so far, have we?
Well, what do you expect dressed like that?
You're not supposed to be out here.
Fucking head. They assaulted young Corley and left them on leave, and I decided to follow them to see what mischief they were getting up to.
Carruthers, you rat! That's right. I've got a knife in my boot.
Funny that. I've got knives everywhere.
DMP! We're not here for the ride.
Ah, detective. You should have made an appointment. We're all full up tonight.
Oh, you'll be doing a roaring trade with us tonight, Bertie. Now, you want to get out of the way, or are we going to use your arse as a battering ram?
You'll probably have to catch me first, big man.
Get him!
It's not as bad as it looks, Detective. Honestly.
Wrong there, boy.
Jesus. The smell.
Chorney, that commie blackguard, got his hands on this. He was in here trying to sell it. I got a tip off.
You were looking round outside on your own again, were you?
I have eyes and ears everywhere.
I wanted to be the first to corner the market in dirty pictures in Dublin. That's all. Harmless bit of fun, you know. But there are things I won't trade in.
Oh, really, Minnie? What is it you won't trade in, girl?
A dark kind of image that would rattle a hard woman such as myself. I've been asked to provide images that would turn your gut. That's what some people want. Their darkest desires preserved.
And Charney said he could get that.
Money was what he wanted. He shows up, asks if I'm looking for pictures, he shows me that. Picture of a fella looking like he'd been tortured for the camera. Wrists slit, then snuffed out. Whether it's real or fake, it's nothing I'm interested in anyway.
Right. Get this kip cleared out. Do you hear me? Your punter's going to get shag all tonight till I get to the bottom of this. If you want to be some peddler of photographic filth, not on my watch, girl.
I want me photos.
Yeah, I'll deliver the images, missus.
He didn't look like that when I found him. He'd been cleaned up. Posed. Murders. Murders in front of the camera. I knew it. I knew something wasn't right.
But how could an animal such as this know his way around the camera? I hate to say it, but that's a well-taken photograph.
Harry, take Mr. Blenner Hassett's camera equipment down to the yard and we'll take a look at it.
I'll do it. Just leave it. I'll do it.
Have you seen anything like this before?
I, just can't fathom it.
Well, it's easier to fathom when there's proof. There you are. Brock Blenner Hassett, pioneer of the daguerreotype. At the forefront of photographic trends all his career. Oh, look what's in front of you. You didn't see that trend coming, did you, boy? But I did. Huh? Because some pictures shouldn't be taken. What a night. A bloody night.
I was forced into the perversion, and it's lucky for you I did it.
Lucky for me? What, dragged down the streets by the mulgrews? And you better fix the door before Ma gets home.
You're a pervert.
No, I'm not a pervert.
Oh, good, because I was wondering.
Look, thanks for looking for me. You shouldn't have.
It was no problem, honestly.
And you got all dressed up for it?
It's a disguise.
Well, Well, the girls around here don't really dress like that.
Yes, I've noticed. We're all learning lessons today, aren't we?
Yeah, I suppose we are.
Where's my uncle?
He's inside. I think he's gonna fire me, which is understandable, I suppose.
What?
Look, don't make a scene, Nancy. No, I've had enough of scenes for one day.
You can't fire Malloy.
I'm sorry?
This was not his fault.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it. I was just angry. In fact, I was impressed with how you worked under pressure. You've actually got a good eye, Malloy. I've seen your sketches.
You saw my sketches?
Yes, very good. So, when you're finished shouting about your job to all the degenerates and the criminals of your neighborhood, then you can continue to work for me.
I'd like to thank you, sir, for looking for me, for protecting me there, despite my foolish mistakes. And I'd love to return the favour should you ever need it.
Perhaps. Yes. Thank you, Malloy. And thank you, Nancy.
I did not mean to take the photograph, but I am not the one with the alibi. And I did not know who only did was in Cannon's house. Please.
There are images that flash into my head, fully recreated. Remember I used to tell you about them? Like something bad is about to happen. A presentiment of death. Well, I feel it now. Like someone is about to die.
Now, Mr. Chorney, you and I are going to have a little conversation.